Now as for the tutorial, let's try question 1. Question reads, explain with the aids of diagrams the likely effect on equilibrium wage rates and labor employment in the following situation. So, likewise, we need to identify the cause and effect. So for part A, let's look at the cause. When there is an imposition of minimum wage, for part A, the question reads, imposition of minimum age and education requirements for new foreign domestic workers in Singapore. First and foremost, we need to establish our equilibrium. This is our equilibrium, where you have labor demand and labor supply. And this is essentially the question, the cause, because of an imposition of minimum age and education requirement for new foreign domestic workers, we want to find out the effect on the wage rate and employment level. With this imposition of minimum age and education requirement, essentially we are making domestic workers harder to recruit. As a result of it, the supply of workers will fall. Therefore, we will shift our supply curve to the left. So now we'll be drawing a leftward shift of the supply of labor curve. And as a result of the leftward shift, we will have a new equilibrium point. And from our diagram, we can see that wage rate actually increase and the employment level actually fall. Labor employment fall. For question B, we'll be looking at a fall in the price of robotic machine used in assembling electronic goods for the case of labor market for production workers. So likewise, we have a cause that is given a fall in the price of robotic machine. Similarly, we need to establish our initial equilibrium wage and employment level. So now for this question, we need to analyze what is the impact of robotic machines on production operators, production workers. Okay, we are going to analyze the relationship between robotic machines and production workers. In this case, first we can consider labor and machines to be substitutes. As firms use more machine, the demand for labor will decrease. So since there is a fall in the price of robotic machine, it means that the machines are cheaper, and hence being substitute for labor, firms will then acquire more machines, and therefore the demand for labor will fall. And when the demand for labor fall, it will cause a leftward shift of the demand curve. Firms will then need not hire more workers. And as a result of the fall in the demand for workers, wage rate will fall and the level of employment will also decrease. And for question part C, when there is new technology in the aerospace industry that leads to increased labor productivity, the keyword here is when there's increased labor productivity, it means workers are more productive, they are able to produce more, therefore it will give rise to an increase in the demand for labor. And when the demand for labor increase, it will cause a rightward shift of the demand curve. And as a result of the rightward shift of the demand curve, we have a new equilibrium point again. Wage will increase and the employment level will also increase.